welcome back to Entrepreneurs LGBTQ. And yes, we are back in our third season. And this time, I'm very happy to introduce Arnon Melo and Peter Hawkins from MELLOHAWK. And they are based in Canada. As you can see behind Arnon, he has a Canadian flag that in the previous episodes, I make a little reference about our Peruvian flag that is almost the same, and we love that. Guys, welcome to our program.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having us. It's an honor to be here.
Thank you. Because as you know, and well, first of all, Arnon is actually from Brazil. So
Yes.
we have
Hola a
partially
todos.
Latin America. Hola a todos. We are filming and recording in Peru. And of course, Peter, it's actually Canadian. And one little thing to mention about MELLOHAWK is that he's the only Canadian in the company. How is that possible?
Well, it's actually part of our good business practice
Mm-hmm.
because we deal with the world, and the best experience we can possibly have is no Canadian experience. Everybody brings their experience from their home countries, whether they're from Vietnam or Brazil or Bulgaria or India, China, wherever it is. It has been a real advantage to us to have people from all over the world work for us. And Canada, of course, everybody is ultimately from somewhere else. Even my family came, from somewhere else 300 years ago. But it has been a great advantage for us to have newcomers. And so that's been not only one of the things we brag about, but it's also one of our selling points.
So following on that, Arnon, when did you move to Canada?
In 1990, yes, I moved to Canada in April 1990, and I met Peter in December 1990. So it was like my first um,
Date.
date. Date. Yeah, he was my second Canadian friend that I had here. I mean, I had many other friends, but I had another friend that I say he was my oldest Canadian friend. And yeah, we met in December. So yeah, it looks like it was yesterday. When you're having fun, it looks like it was yesterday.
And it certainly is. But
It is.
let's stop right there. We're gonna go back to that point. But tell me a little bit about MELLOHAWK because I know that you are basically a transportation cargo freighting company from point A to point B. Can you tell us about that?
Yes, Peter, I'll start. Great, I'll start. Anyway, so when I moved to Canada, I wanted to go back to school. So I wanted to continue my studies. I had graduated in Brazil. When I moved here, I started working and I met someone. And he said, why don't you study international business? There is this college in Toronto, and I think you do very well because you know different languages and you like business. So I got accepted as at this Canadian college here in Toronto, and I went and study international business, and it had a you could go into customs or you can go into logistics, and I got attracted to logistics because I'm very hyper person. I get bored very easily, so I need things that are changing constantly, and logistics was something that really appealed to me. And so I went to college. I was accepted. I graduated with honors, and I got a job as an intern at a German multinational corporation here in Toronto that had just started businesses in Canada. And I stayed with them for 10 years, and I left as the air freight manager, and I left because my boss left the company, and I wasn't very happy with the new management. Let's leave it to that. And but you never burn your bridges, no matter where you are. And so I left, and I wasn't sure what I was going to do. And I always wanted to have a company, and that was it. I decided to open MELLOHAWK, and when I told my clients that I was leaving, I was going to open my own company, and they said, "Okay, we're going to come with you because we love the work you did. We love the way you took care of us." And they were the basis of this company. And then, of course, Peter was working for a publisher at the time, and his company had gone bankrupt. And I started getting very busy, and I said, I need help. So he came and joined me, and now it's almost 18 years that we have the company. We have 19 employees in total in Canada, US, and Brazil. And Brazil and South America, of course, and Peru, as a matter of fact, is a niche market for us because we do ship quite a bit to Peru.
Excellent.
Sorry,
We
I
need
tried to
to
speak
talk about
fast to give
business.
you the nutshell, but
And it's funny, Arno. There's one little detail. So I was working for a publisher, and yes, we were going under, but we were purchased by a
oh,
large multinational, and we still laid off over 100 people.
Mhm.
And so ultimately, I was stuck trying to reinvent myself too. I was 40 years old. What am I going to do next? And I was able to take advantage of my settlement to put it into the company, and then finally Arno said, "You need to help me," and I came in. So he started everything all on his own, and then I helped make it perfect.
you
Sounds like a
did.
wonderful story. I mean, like you met, you became friends, and then you stayed together because of the business, and that's probably one of the most difficult ways to start a business with your partner.
No
Uh,
kidding.
don't let me start it. But but going back to your personal life, I have the okay. So you got married in 2004
Yes,
Yes.
July
in
24th, 2004.
in Canada.
Yes, on a boat in Lake Ontario.
Oh, oh, wonderful. I will have to see those pictures in some point one day over Pisco when I'm going to
Sounds like
Canada.
a plan. Or ceviche as
Or
well.
ceviche. No, I can make it all. I can make lomo saltado. I can make ceviche.
Amazing.
I will make
Oh,
pisco sours.
he's got videos of him doing it.
Ooh,
Wow.
I've watched your YouTube channel.
I do have actually, yes. But going back to you guys. So what was, because this program is for entrepreneurs. What was the most challenging part first as couple to deal with?
Um, I'll start because this is something in the beginning was very hard. I think it was because I had training in supply chain. I had gone to school for supply chain. I had 10 years dealing with air freight, ocean freight, and trucking. And then when Peter joined, even though he did help of operations and he did the finance for the company, he was involved in operations more and more. But he always had to rely on me for the final, I guess, decision because I had experienced more than he did. And maybe that was hard for him because he very intelligent, very bright, and he knows everything. That's why he's the love of my life. But it's just it. I think it was hard for him to kind of like, oh my God, I can't make a final decision, you know. And then slowly, of course, he learned so much, and today he's able to do that. But yeah, working together, it's certainly difficult when one of the partners have to take the lead, whatever it is, and have the final say, I guess, if it's an operations decision.
Mm-hmm.
And we have to make a real decision too about how we apply our personalities. Arno already had left his home country to start life in a new country, and he was much more sure of himself taking chances. I was always very conservative and afraid to take a risk that I couldn't really assess all the variables. So it became a case of his willingness to take a chance and my reluctance and my saying, okay, I'm going to put the reins on this one because I don't see all the benefit. And in the end, that partnership has worked, but it has caused some struggles too. We have lots of very serious conversations, and sometimes they are about me being too conservative and Arno taking too many risks. Although sometimes they're the exact opposite these days, because of course we have both learned a great deal about how business runs. One of the other things that we had though is we both had never owned our own business, and that became a challenge too, because if you don't know what you don't know, and many times we have made mistakes, and luckily we've learned from those mistakes, but only because we didn't realize there was another option, and it just made more sense for us doing what we did. But uh, working together has certainly had its challenges, but I love our company, I love our life, and it's been this company that has afforded to be honest, the really nice life that we have, where we live independently, and we certainly can live comfortably. And the people who work for us, our colleagues, are you know um, really excited about being part of the MELLOHAWK family.
Yes.
Sounds wonderful. I had the chance to meet you, Peter, the last year with the in the NGLCC, actually, to be specific, in the Canadian reception.
Yes.
I finished in the middle of a conversation of many Canadians. I was the Peruvian welcome there, and I do wanted to know more about MELLOHAWK. That's why I was searching for you, and then you introduced me to Arnon. That was wonderful to know your story behind. So 99% of your people, you said that they are immigrants.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And
Everybody but me. Everybody but
everybody
me.
but you. But how? Which other countries? I mean, like of course Brazil.
Yeah. Brazil, India, Vietnam, Bulgaria. I have to look out there a little bit to see who's out there. China,
Philippines.
Philippines.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Excellent. So,
that's
Yeah.
probably it.
and they are based in Canada, sorry, or they are based in their own countries.
No, they're the Miami office is all immigrants as well. The
Mhm.
Toronto office is all immigrants, but the Brazilian office is Brazilians. It's only 2 people, but it's Brazilians.
Yeah.
One more question about what is happening lately and all these airports closed. Are you back in business? Are you still are you again back shipping all the goods from other companies?
We never stopped. We never stopped.
Oh,
You'll have
okay.
to remember, first of all, international shipping is an essential service in Canada, so our business never stopped. But we had to have, and we also never laid anyone off. And in fact, we have hired somebody additionally as well. Um, we we about 6 of us stayed in the office, and everybody else worked from home, because largely what we do is like a travel agent for cargo. We move the cargo and do all the documents, but we don't actually own the equipment. Then in July, we brought everyone back to the office with very careful protocols. And when we're in public spaces, communal spaces, we're all wearing masks, using hand sanitizer, taking our temperatures, keeping a full log of our health, and also limiting who can come into the offices. The struggles we've had, though, is of course the collapse of airlines. Airlines not flying is a real problem for us, because a huge portion of our cargo travels in the belly of passenger planes. And when those planes aren't flying, our cargo is not moving. So we had to be very creative to find other ways, other airlines, other transshipment points, to see if we could move the cargo the way we needed to. And ultimately we kept going, and we're still going.
Excellent. So as you said, you didn't stop. True?
We did not stop.
You did not stop.
And it has been a fantastic year so far. We had to reinvent ourselves, and we've been doing a lot of webinars and bringing knowledge and different topics to our clients and with different partners. And that has generated a lot of business for us, new business, old business that came back. So it's been very, very busy.
So what would you take to your clients or to people that is actually looking for a company like yours?
Well, first of all, look at the history of the company, look at the expertise they have in the market you want to go. Definitely deal with a company that is familiar with either an origin market or a destination market. That helps a lot, because we have partners that look after our interests in everywhere in the world, because we know them personally. They know us as individuals, as a company, as a philosophy of the company. So that helps. We hold a very special, I think, niche market for our clients, because we are not the cheapest, we're not the most expensive, but we seem to solve all the problems in the middle that some people don't want to touch. And then when we solve that problem, we basically secure the customer for life. Some of our clients have been with us since I opened the company, and they have no intentions of going anywhere else, because they know we are available to them 24/7. We're dedicated. We know their spouses' names, their kids, their dogs' names, and we proud ourselves in knowing that. And that brings a real value to a supplier or a business. So you need to have that personal touch. Otherwise, the model of you only being a number it really doesn't work as it used to be. That's my take on it.
And
Exactly.
we're
People,
very flexible because I'll tell you, Aaron, we're uh, it is not a tall hierarchy. It's Arno and I and everybody else, and so anybody can talk to us. And as a result, we can make decisions very quickly. We can make financial decisions. We can make operations decisions very quickly, and the client really appreciates that as well. Whoever starts handling the shipment in the company is your main point of contact throughout the whole thing. You don't get passed around. And because we have so many people from so many other countries, you can also speak in your native language as well. And that really is an advantage to people all over the world who, may want to speak Portuguese or Spanish or Brazilian or Chinese or something like that.
so as a company, and every company has their interesting stories. In your case, was the most interesting cargo that you have to move from one country to another? I don't know, maybe a full party, a full wedding planning. I don't know. You tell me.
Wow, there is several. I'll start with for 5 years we were the official carriers of a big carnival party that happened here in Toronto for 40 years, and it was called the Brazilian Ball. And the Brazilian Ball always brought the latest winner of the Carnival in Rio school, the Samba school, their best costumes to a big ball here in Toronto that cost $1,000 to get in per person, and that raised money to a lot of hospitals in Canada, and portion of that money went to Brazil as well. It was founded by a Brazilian woman, as I said, 40 years ago. She passed away since. So we were in charge of bringing the costumes from Rio to Toronto, and basically a plane full of feathers and bikinis, which is quite complicated to transport. Very delicate, very light. That was very challenging, but to see the boxes open up and transformed into these beautiful costumes was amazing. Stories of shipping ostriches around the world from Toronto and being at the runway at 2 o'clock in the morning, feeding ostriches in this cage because they're going to fly to Korea, or looking after diplomatic cats in the middle of February when it's minus 30 in Toronto and you have to take the cat that is this big and fat that belongs to a UK diplomat to a bonded vat at 3 in the morning so the cat doesn't freeze at the warehouse in Toronto in February. So there were many carrying the cat. I'm allergic to cats, so imagine me carrying this cat around at 3 in the morning to save his life. Oh my God, there's many cool, very interesting projects we've done. Moving Elton John's.
Yes, go ahead. Yep.
No, go ahead. You tell that story.
Yeah, so we moved Elton John's costumes for his costume exhibit tour for his foundation, and of course they're all the iconic costumes, and it was very exciting to see those. And of course you have to have millions of dollars worth of insurance because they are, in fact, historically relevant as well. We've also done some very beautiful art collections and museum collections that we moved around the world, and but we've also done lots of bacteria, and we've done vaccines, reagents. There's been, imagine taking, I don't know, how many tons of hepatitis vaccine did you take to Turkey?
20,000 to Turkey, yeah. And then I flew to Turkey to wait for the shipment to arrive just to make sure everything was okay. And it was great to be in Ankara, Turkey, a place that I never imagined I would be, waiting for this 20,000 kilo shipment to arrive of vaccine. So it was special. I mean, it took us to many places, which is very interesting. I love that you have this diversity of products that you're touching every day, and they continue to come, which is nice.
But Aaron, one of the things is, we do provide a great service, and we are very keen to give our customers the service they want. But one of the things that comes with that service is full knowledge of who we are and how we live and our beliefs and our ideas. And so while we deal with lots of countries that don't have rights for LGBTQ people, we do have many opportunities where we can be a role model for them, an example for them, and in some cases a beacon for them, because I've had many conversations with people who perhaps couldn't speak openly, who wanted to speak openly and freely, and whether it's giving advice or just giving comfort or just giving shipping advice. But it's been a very interesting exercise. When people first found out about us, we had people leave, but over time, everybody came back. I don't think anybody really stayed away. And in fact, last year I was the CGLCC, the Canadian Lesbian and Gay Chamber of Commerce Exporter of the Year. And so that was a lovely award and reward for us. And no, we really understand what our role is, and we take it seriously.
Sounds excellent, excellent. I mean, like, everybody that is watching us today, you should at least check their website, MELLOHAWK. You just Google them and you're gonna find them. You're gonna find more information about the company. For sure, it's been a pleasure to hear your story. It's, that goes farther from the company, goes farther from your life as a couple, because as a Latino, we, and of course you are, we really care about our community, not just the Latino community, but other parts of the world. They are looking to get to be those entrepreneurs that we always dream to be.
Yeah. And yes. I think just not to take too much time, but I think as you are free to express yourself, that's what we wanted to convey to everyone we meet. The more freedom you have of expression, of not hiding your sexuality or whatever you want in life, you are more creative, you become more talented, you release all that energy that it is creation. And I think that is what's lacking in some countries all over the world, in South America, in Brazil, everywhere that has discrimination, and people have to live in a closet and hide themselves. You can imagine how many beautiful things could be created if someone could just let their worry aside and just focus on their creation and their job and their dreams. And I think that's what we hope for everyone that is watching, that they will have the courage to speak out and be free to be creative.
That is absolutely true. And let me put one more thing in what you said, because when I was creating a couple seasons ago the program Entrepreneurs LGBTQ, I was questioning by other people, why has to be LGBTQ? Why? There's people that don't want to be in your program. Like, well, if they don't want to, it's their problem. So yes, that's why we are here, to make our voice being heard. So thank you guys. Thank you guys. And I hope to see you the next time we have a conference, not virtually, but in person. And we have to drink those pisco sours and eat that ceviche.
Absolutely.
And next time I'll be there.
Yes, please. Yes, please. Guys, thank you so much. And for everybody that is watching us in Entrepreneurs LGBTQ, we are going to have a new episode in a few days.
Lovely. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye, Aaron.
Bye.